Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Dedan Vlogs. My name is Dedan from Uganda, and if you're new here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on amazing content about Uganda and Africa. And on this channel I take deep dives into Uganda's rich culture, Africa's rich culture, history and traditions, and today I'm going to be talking about something truly special, that is food. Uganda is a land of breathtaking landscapes, diverse cultures, and some of the most delicious foods you will ever taste. But what makes Ugandan cuisine so special? Well, it is a beautiful mix of history, tradition, and fresh organic ingredients passed down from generation to generation. Whether you love street food, traditional home-cooked meals, or unique delicacies, Uganda offers a flavor explosion that you won't find anywhere else in the world. Each region in Uganda has its own unique dishes, influenced by climate, availability of ingredients, and cultural traditions. From the shores of Lake Victoria to the mountains of Rwenzori, every dish tells a story, one of history, survival, family, and love. Now in today's video, I'm going to be counting down the top 10 Ugandan foods you must try before you die. And I will explore the origins of each dish, what makes it special, and why they hold such an important place in Ugandan culture. Some of these dishes date back centuries, with stories of kings, warriors, and ancient cooking techniques that have been preserved to this day. Make sure to watch till the end and let me know in the comments which dish is your favorite. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Alright, let's dive right into it right now. Now we start our list with a drink rather than a dish, but not just any drink. Uganda is one of the world's top coffee and tea producers, and if you have not tried Ugandan coffee and tea, then you're missing out on something truly special. Ugandan coffee has a long and fascinating history. It was first introduced by Arab traders centuries ago, but it was not until the colonial era that coffee plantations spread across Uganda's fertile lands. Today, Uganda is one of the Africa's largest coffee exporters, known for its high-quality Arabica and Robusta beans. Ugandan coffee is mostly grown in the highlands of Bugisu, Kapichorwa, and western Uganda, where the rich volcanic soils give it an intense, full-bodied flavor. Now, the famous Bugisu Arabica coffee, grown on the slopes of Mount Elgon, has a deep wine-like taste that coffee lovers adore. On the other hand, Uganda's Robusta coffee, mostly cultivated around Lake Victoria, is also known for its strong, bold flavors. Many international brands secretly blend Ugandan Robusta into their coffee to give it an extra kick. And then we have Ugandan tea, another staple in most homes. Tea plantations stretch across the rolling hills of Bushenyi, Fort Portal, and Mityana, where workers carefully pick the best leaves. Ugandan tea is often served black with sugar or spiced with ginger, cinnamon, and milk to create a warm, comforting drink. Whether it is for morning or evening, Ugandan tea and coffee are a must-try. Did you know that Uganda's coffee was once called the king's drink? It was traditionally served and reserved for royal families and chiefs because of its rich taste and, energizing effects. But today, everyone can enjoy it, and trust me, it is some of the best in the world. Now, let's talk about something a little unusual, but trust me, it is delicious. Nsenene, or Ugandan grasshoppers. These are a seasonal delicacy that many Ugandans look forward to every year. Now, these edible grasshoppers are collected during the rainy season, especially in November and April there. And they are then fried with salt, onions, and sometimes chili to create a crunchy, flavorful snack. Eating insects may sound strange to some, but in Uganda, nsenene is a highly prized delicacy. Now, these insects have been eaten for centuries and were once considered a food for the elite. According to Uganda, or maybe according to Uganda folktale, nsenene were first discovered by ancient farmers who noticed swarms of grasshoppers attracted to their lamps at night. They began collecting them, and soon people realized just how delicious they were. But beyond taste, nsenene is also a rich source of protein, healthy fats, and essential minerals. In fact, scientists say that grasshoppers contain more protein than beef, and this makes them a nutritious and eco-friendly alternative to traditional meat. In many homes, entire families and communities gather to hunt and prepare nsenene, if you didn't know, making it a social activity. The process of catching them is fascinating. Bright lights and large metallic drums are set up to attract and trap the insects at night. And if you ever visit Uganda during the nsenene season, don't miss out on this unique retreat and treat. Let's go to number 8, Matoke. This is not just food in Uganda, it is a way of life. I mean, this dish made from steamed green bananas is the staple food for Uganda, and it is loved by nearly every household. Matoke is commonly grown in western Uganda and central Uganda, particularly in the areas like Mbara, Isinjiro, and Ushenyi, where the fertile soil helps these bananas flourish. But the history of Matoke goes back hundreds of years. The Baganda people were among the first to cultivate bananas as a primary food source. Traditionally, Matoke was cooked for a royalty and honored guests, making it a symbol of hospitality. Now, to prepare Matoke, green bananas are peeled, wrapped in banana leaves, and steamed over an open fire until they become soft and tender. Now, the result is a rich, buttery, and slightly sweet dish that is often served with groundnut sauce, beef stew, or beans. And when mashed, Matoke takes a smooth, creamy texture that perfectly complements any meal. Matoke is so important in Uganda that it is even featured in cultural ceremonies and weddings. And in many homes, guests are greeted with a hearty serving of Matoke, symbolizing warmth and togetherness. Now, let's go to number 7, Luwombo, or the Royal Ugandan Stew. Now, when you think of traditional Ugandan food, Luwombo is often considered the crown jewel. Now, this royal dish is a stew prepared by steaming a combination of meat, chicken, or fish, along with vegetables, mushrooms, and spices, all wrapped carefully in a banana leaf, and it has a rich deep flavor, and it is served on special occasions such as weddings, ceremonies, and important family gatherings. The origins of Luwombo date back to the Buganda kingdom, where it was first cooked for royalty. In fact, King Kabaka Muwanga II is said to have been the first to enjoy Luwombo, as the dish became a symbol of power, wealth, and generosity. The cooking method itself, slow steaming in banana leaves, helps preserve the flavors, giving it a unique aroma and a rich, juicy taste. To prepare luwombo, the meat or chicken is first marinated in a mixture of spices, garlic, ginger, onions, and sometimes peanut butter before being wrapped. Okay, in banana leaves. And the dish is then steamed for several hours, allowing the ingredients to marry together into something truly magical. The result is a melt in your mouth, flavorful stew that has been passed down through generations. Whether you're eating it with posho, rice, or matoke, luwombo will undoubtedly leave you craving more. And it is often served at the heart of communal feast, symbolizing the unity and richness of Ugandan culture. Now, number 5 is posho. Actually, if you go to Kenya, I have so many friends from Kenya, they call it ugali. Posho is another dish that is as essential to Ugandans as rice or bread is to other cultures. Now, this simple but yet satisfying dish is made from maize flour, which is mixed with water and boiled until it turns into a thick dough-like consistency. Now, in Uganda, it is often eaten with stews, sauces, or vegetables, and forms the cornerstone of almost every meal. Posho is a staple food that is affordable, easy to make, and highly versatile, and it is especially popular in rural areas where maize is widely cultivated. The history of posho traces back to the colonial era when the British introduced maize as a crop to Uganda, and over time, it became a central part of Ugandan cuisine. In some areas, people refer to it as karo. The beauty of posho lies in its simplicity, and it is an incredibly nutritious meal, packed with carbohydrates to fuel a long day of hard work. While it is often paired with beans, meat, or vegetables, Ugandans have their unique twist on it, incorporating variations like adding ground nut, that is peanut sauce, sour milk, or banana leaves for extra flavor. Whether you're in a city restaurant or visiting a local village, posho is a dish that you will undoubtedly encounter, and it is often eaten at breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and it is loved for its satisfying taste and versatility. Let's go to number 5, which is Rolex, the Ugandan street food phenomenon. If you've ever wandered the bustling streets of Kampala or Mbarara, chances are that you've seen street vendors selling Rolex, a popular Ugandan street food that has become a cultural icon. Despite the name, Rolex has absolutely nothing to do with the watches. Instead, it is a delicious combination of fried eggs, vegetables, and chapati, a crispy flat bread rolled together into a mouth-watering wrap. The origins of the Rolex trace back to the streets of Kampala, where it was first created by street vendors as a cheap, quick, and filling meal for the working class. And it is said that the word Rolex comes from rolled eggs, a fitting description of its delicious portable snack. What makes the Rolex so special is its customizability. You can add a lot of things, like a lot of ingredients such as tomatoes. You can add onions, you can add cabbage, you can add spinach, or even meat to suit your taste. The process starts with frying eggs and then pressing them in a freshly made chapati. The ingredients are then added and everything is rolled up, forming a perfect hand-held meal. Rolex is a beloved dish for many reasons. It is affordable, filling, and bustling with flavor. It is a perfect snack for everyone on the go, and it is now enjoyed not only by Ugandans, but also by tourists from around the world. The Rolex has even gained popularity internationally, and can now be found in restaurants and food stores across East Africa. Now, let's look at number 4, which is, I don't know if you have ever heard of this, but we call it echitobe, beans and maize, the traditional Ugandan dish. Next up on our list is a dish that is both nutritious and hearty, echitobe. This meal is a simple combination of beans and maize, two of the most widely grown crops in Uganda. Now, echitobe is a traditional cooked by mixing fresh maize with beans, and the result is a delicacy, comforting stew that has been enjoyed by Ugandans for centuries. Now, this dish is often referred to as a village delicacy, as it is commonly made in rural households. The history of echitobe is tied to Uganda's agricultural roots. Both maize and beans, they are easy to grow, and they are staples in the Ugandan diet, making this dish both affordable and accessible. Now, the preparation is very simple. Maize is boiled until soft, and then beans are added, cooking them together until they are tender. The dish is often seasoned with salt, garlic, and onions, and then served with a side of posho, rice, or chapati. And for added flavor, some people, they even they like to add ground nuts or meat to the mix. Echitobe is an important part of Ugandan culture because it reflects the country's agricultural heritage, and it is not just a meal, but it is a reminder of how simple, homegrown ingredients can be transformed into something truly delicious. Let's look at number 3, which is the katogo, the hearty one-pot meal. Katogo is a traditional Ugandan dish that is hearty, filling, and perfect for family gatherings. It is a one-pot meal made from matoke, those are green bananas, and a variety of meats such as beef, goat, or pork. The beauty of katogo lies in its simplicity, and it is ability to provide a complete meal in just one dish. The dish has been a staple in Ugandan homes for generations. Katogo is traditionally prepared by layering matoke, which is sliced and steamed with meat and vegetables, and the entire mixture is then cooked slowly until the flavors blend together, and the dish is often served with a rich sauce made from tomatoes, onions, and garlic. Katogo is not only delicious, but it is nutritious, and the combination of carbohydrates from the matoke and protein from the meat, it makes it makes a satisfying meal that will keep you energized for the day ahead. Do you want to know the number 2? That is the Uganda's famous tilapia, or you can call it ngege, ningenjeje, the king of the lakes. Tilapia or njeje, or whatever you call it, njeje, ngege, this is a fish that reigns supreme in Uganda's cuisine, especially among those living near the shores of Lake Victoria. Now, this fish is caught fresh from the lake, and it is considered a delicacy in many Ugandan homes. Njeje or ngege is usually grilled, fried, or prepared in a stew with vegetables and spices. Tilapia fishing in Lake Victoria is not only a key part of Ugandan cuisine, but it is also provides livelihoods for thousands of fishermen. The history of eating njeje, ngege, or tilapia dates back to the time when the Bantu tribe settled around the lake, and it's become a deeply embedded part of Uganda's food culture. What makes tilapia so special is its mild, tender texture and delicate taste. When prepared properly, the fish is crispy on the outside and soft and flaky on the inside, and it is often served with sides like matoke, posho, or a light salad. The fish is sometimes spiced with garlic, ginger, and lemon for an added flavor kick. Whether you're eating it at a roadside, food store, or enjoying it as part of a fancy meal at a restaurant, ngege, njeje, tilapia is a must-try dish for anyone visiting Uganda. Number one on my list is samosa. I know this may not be your number one, but anyway, I had to put samosa on number one because I love samosa so much. So much. I know maybe samosa is not your favorite, but trust me, it is something you must try in Uganda. Samosas are one of the most popular and beloved snacks in Uganda, enjoyed by locals and visitors alike. Although originally from the Indian subcontinent, the samosa has become an integral part of Ugandan cuisine thanks to the country's long history of cultural exchange and influence. You will find samosas in almost every part of Uganda. From bustling street corners to family gatherings and celebrations, samosas are everywhere. The samosa's journey to Uganda is deeply tied to the Indian diaspora and trade routes that pass through East Africa. The dish is believed to have been brought to the region by Indian traders and migrants during the colonial era and even earlier, when Arab merchants first introduced the concept of, stuffed pastries to the African continent. The samosa, known by different names in various cultures, for example, me here we call it shumbusha, was adapted over time to suit local tastes and available ingredients. In Uganda, the samosa evolved to reflect the country's culinary traditions. The crisp golden brown pastel shell remains unchanged, but the fillings have been adapted to local tastes. Originally, it was filled with spiced tomatoes, peas, and meat. Ugandan samosas are now typically packed with flavorful combinations of beef, chicken, fish, or vegetables, and they may also include ingredients like onions, garlic, and chili to give them a distinct Ugandan twist. Making samosas in Uganda is a labor of love, and each step is done with great care to ensure they are perfectly crispy on the outside and flavorful on the inside. The outer pastry is made from a simple dough of flour, water, and oil, which is rolled within before being cut into triangular shapes. The filling is the star of the dish, and there is no shortage of variety. The traditional Ugandan samosa filling starts with minced meat, beef, chicken, or maybe sometimes goat meat, and popular choices. The meat is topped with a mix of onions, garlic, ginger, tomatoes, and a variety of spices, including cumin, coriander, and curry powder, to give it a richer romantic flavor. And for the vegetarian version, potatoes, peas, carrots, and cabbage may be used instead, often spiced with turmeric and coriander to create a delightful, comforting flavor profile. Once the filling is prepared, the dough is folded into triangles, sealed and deep fried and golden brown and crispy, and the result is a perfectly crunchy shell that contrasts with the soft, flavorful filling inside. And the samosas are often served with tomato sauce or chili sauce for dipping, adding a bit of heat and tanginess to complement the savory flavor. Guys, hey, and there you have it, okay? The top 10 Ugandan foods you must try before you die. From the crunchy ceremony to the royal dish luwombo, Uganda's food culture is rich and diverse. Now, these dishes are not just about taste, they carry the history, traditions, and soul of the Ugandan people. If you made it to the end of the video, please, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section, which of these dishes have you tried? And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content about Uganda's food culture and Africa's history. Thank you again, and see you in the next video.